In this episode, I'm crossing a barren stretch of desert and visiting a deep, lush canyon in the middle of the desert to an ancient petroglyph site with glyphs dating back over 8,000 years all the way up to the present. People have been leaving this mark and visiting this site for ages. What will I experience firsthand by visiting this site, and what new glyphs and images will I encounter? Join me as we find out together.
Hello everybody, Ben Woodruff here, and in this video, we're stopping at a petroglyph site that has been visited by humans for over 8,000 years. This is a really unique site because it boasts cultures going back, all the way to the archaic 8,000 years ago. It's got the Basque maker culture, the Fremont people, the Ute, the Navajo, and later European settlers. Everybody's left their mark here as they're passing through. But why do certain sites seem to be a magnet for petroglyphs? Well, if you're trying to navigate a landscape today, you can pull out your GPS and you can see exactly where to go. People in the past did not have that, so they relied on certain things, including kind of sort of wayfaring sites. There's a big old huge rock right up over there that was a marker, and all throughout this area, there's, for example, Shiprock in New Mexico, the famous Bears Ears National Monument, and there's Chimney Rock in Colorado. People knew these sites so they could see, and we know we head towards this object, and then when we stop, you could leave your mark on a rock as well. A lot of these places were places where people would camp, and usually they're just natural places for humans. Where this is right next to a riverbed, there's cottonwood trees, there's water, there's animals, there's wildlife. So when you're passing through, you're following these rock sites and you have to see where to go, long distance, maybe hundreds of miles, and then be able to get to them. Now, leaving a mark on a rock, that's the oldest thing humans have done. We've seen this all the way back to the Ice Age, Chalvis Cave in France. There's, like 40, 50,000 year old cave art. And a lot of times they painted handprints. So leaving a handprint is a way to leave your mark, a way to say, I was here, a way to mark yourself in time. Time carries on, and long after you're gone, people still know you were here. So people leave marks. And then, of course, later on, people also started doing other kinds of markings, such as leaving like all of this artwork here that you can see. Now, this spans so far. There's some symbols that are irrecognizable. We don't know what they are. We don't know what they meant to the people. And there's some that are pretty obvious. There's a lot of bighorn sheep. It's getting pretty windy here. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. There's bighorn sheep. There's all kinds of mule deer. There's buffalo, which we don't see in this area anymore, but used to be here. And these petroglyphs go all the way to historic times when horses were here. And there's even depictions of people riding horses and hunting, which is pretty impressive. So I would like you to be able to see all of these and appreciate them. But a couple of things, if you want to learn more about them, I'm going to put a link in the bottom of this video description that will talk about how petroglyphs are made and demonstrate how these are actually made, because there's a lot of misinformation about that. And I'm also going to put a link to bighorns. There's a lot of bighorn sheep in this panel. And I did a video kind of going into more depth about bighorn sheep in rock art. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you these petroglyphs, and I'm going to play some flute music. I make and play Native American flutes, so I'm going to play some music I pre-recorded so you can just enjoy looking at these, and hopefully you get a feel of what it's like to actually be here yourself. One of the really neat things about this site is the fact that there are a lot of 6- and 7-toed footprints. Now that could be understood as just some weird artistic expression, kind of like Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is depicted with only 3 fingers and a thumb because it's more expressive. Bigger fingers, you can show emotions more in your art. Well, the truth of the matter is, we actually know that people in this area had a much higher percentage of having polydactyla, which is having additional digits on your feet or toes. We know in Chaco Canyon, from the burials there, about 4% of the individuals had it, and they were viewed as elites, as sacred, as special. And we know the people who were buried, if they had 6 toes, they would have special jewelry around their ankles. And if they only had 1 foot with 6 toes, then that 1 foot would have special jewelry adorning around, kind of drawing attention to the fact. So again, if you're going to say, I was here with a handprint, well, if to some of these ancient peoples having additional toes was sacred or special, then that's a way to do it, is to depict it on here. It's pretty neat. I'll put a link in the video description as well, a link to a video I did about polydactyla and going more into greater depth about it. But I hope you enjoyed seeing these petroglyphs. And this canyon, again, this whole area, the entire southwestern United States, is like there's petroglyphs everywhere, and there's still petroglyphs that people have not found. And it's always neat to sit here and ponder, what exactly did these people mean when they depicted this? But I hope you enjoyed seeing it, hope you enjoyed seeing up close, and I hope it inspires you to get out and do some looking for yourself. But until then, always remember that life is a gift. So never stop learning and never stop exploring. We'll see you next time.